Friday at 7 o'clock. One half of FNL, Fantasy Night Live, presented to you by the Fantasy Football Network. Thank you guys for tuning in and joining. Week 10, it feels like we just started. We had week 1 not too long ago, and now we're starting week 10. Please excuse me while I hop over to our YouTube channel and do the embedding real quick. Just give me one moment to set this up so that way we stream on all possible platforms. Let me go ahead and refresh. Oh, I'm not even supposed to be in safe space. This is for Monday. So give me 1 second and let me set up the FNL the FNL embedding on YouTube. Please just give me one moment and then I should be good to go. Hopefully you guys are doing all right. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, follow the Fantasy Football Network on on YouTube as well as Instagram. We really appreciate it. We're still in that infancy stage where we're growing and we're still trying to build that core fan base, and also just try to have like a little bit of accountability. We try to make it and start on time. So embedding is done, saved, good to go. Let me go back to my where is it at? Let's get back to the live. All right, give me 1 second. There it is. Okay, so now we back on here. Oh, we got my brother Media, Jeff Clark, in the building. My bad, brother. I had to do the embedding.
That's all right, my man.
So
That's
that we
all right.
stream on all platforms. If you guys haven't already, please download the Media app. Do yourself a favor. It's a big deal. It's a major player in the game. It's the power of a press conference in the palm of your hand, and it's the ultimate bragging tool for the common person. As a content creator, you could do wonders with it. So definitely download that. How you doing tonight?
Man, I'm doing all right. And the new version, we're getting closer and closer, man. It's going to be even, I don't even know how to explain it, just a lot better. A whole lot better, man. Oh, my God. Just trying to deal with the fires in my lineups right now.
Oh.
But I'll save it for the show.
What's going on, Jay Gore? Biscuit King. I love that. We gotta maybe one day, like 3-4 years ago, that'll be trending on Twitter. Biscuit King. My brother Jeff Clark has an app called Media with 2 E's, where you can record a press conference literally in the palm of your hand, and it could be about whatever you want. You could change the background, green screen background. It's a really dope app, man, and I use it once, if not twice a week, and I just have fun with it. And sometimes you can talk trash about someone. Sometimes you can give a news update as content creators. But if you're just a fan and you got someone you want to talk trash to, you can do a press conference and literally like talk about how your team smacked their team.
Yes, sir.
So it's called Media, MEEDIA, Media. Check them out on IG. Check them out in the App Store.
Yes, sir.
I don't have the list of games in front of me. Let me do a split, and I got all kinds of stuff up. There they go. Oh, no. All right, yeah, there they go. But I want this week's games. I don't want last week's games. Come on, help me out. Week 8. No. All right, week 10. There we go. All right. We got the Dolphins at the Ravens.
That Thursday night
game. That was a Thursday night game. Dolphins pulled the upset. Kudos to them, brother. Kudos to them for getting it done. I'll move on to the Jets. Bills at the Jets. Bills lost the game they shouldn't have lost last week, and I expect for this to be a whooping, a straight up whooping. How do you feel about it?
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I got a few people that are still excited about Mike White, and I'm just like, dude, really? Those are the type of problems I'm having quarterback wise. But for somebody getting excited for Mike White, now you got to see the Bills defense. I'm not that excited. So,
Right. What's going on,
Michael
Trilly?
Carter, I don't see anybody on that Jets offense that is exciting me to what this Bills defense is going to bring this week.
I feel you. Trilly says, I got offered a trade. I get Alvin Kamara, but I'll be giving Pittman and Hunt. The only reason why I'm not accepting it is because Kamara's knee injury.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, Pittman is a top 12. Right now, he's a wide receiver 1. He's a top 12 receiver, which is considered a wide receiver 1. And Hunt, when he was playing, was like RB8, which is a running back 1. We don't know what his snap count is going to look like, and we don't know what he's going to look like when he returns. So I'm not mad at it, but yeah, you definitely don't want to trade injured players or trade for injured players personally.
Yeah, the only thing is though, wondering what the shelf life is for Chubb right now with his injury. This is the second time he's going to be out. I would definitely take a Hunt when he comes back over at DeForest or Ernest Johnson. I don't know why I called him DeForest. There's too many D's.
Chubb ate last week. He's out for the vid this week. It's a little bit. It's not like an injury. Alexander just traded Waller, Hopkins, Devonta Smith, Miles Sanders, and Jimmy G for Zeke, Matt Ryan, and Sutton and Higbee. Okay, let's match up running backs. Zeke over Sanders, Jimmy G, and Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan wins that one. Sutton and Devonta Smith, that's almost a push, but Smith's starting to show a little bit of life. And then Waller over Higbee.
It's a blockbuster trade, boy.
Yeah, it is. You know what? I like the Zeke. Whoever got Zeke, Matt Ryan, Sutton, and Higbee, I think that's the winner. Because I don't trust that Eagles offense. And Miles Sanders is still hurt. He might come back next week. That's just my personal. New life. What's going on, family? What's up, guys? Half PPR. Choose one. Javonte, James Robinson, worried about injury and matchup. Darrell Williams or Eli Mitchell. How you feel about that, media?
Ooh, man. I'm trying to bring up the comment right now, man, or the question. There we go.
I think KC has Las Vegas. I keep calling them Oakland.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
Yeah.
I know worried about the Jacksonville plays the Colts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Colts defense really doesn't scare me that much, especially against the run. So
even with
James
the banged up Robinson and banged up Sunshine?
Yep. I would still I'm looking at him getting most of the carries. I'd take a banged up Robinson over 100% Carlos Hyde any day. So just looking at Mitchell, their matchup this week is going to be a little bit dicey. I just don't trust Darrell Williams.
Right.
Gores
look good in spots too.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I trust James. It's just a heel injury.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that it might be corrected by now. And one thing, he's going to get the carries. So
yeah, for sure. Says Kyler Murray injury is killing me. You know what, man? I love Kyler's talent. I got a lot of crap for not necessarily, I guess it's viewed or seen as trash talk, but I just gave my honest opinion. Like his style of play and his size don't match. I don't know if you guys remember Bob Sanders, undersized safety who played really aggressive for the Colts. I think he might have won Defensive Player of the Year in the 2000s, but I mean his career was so short because of the style of play. Yep. I think week to week, it's hard to trust Kyler for a full season because he's so small. And I got so much trash. And I wasn't trash talking. I said I had him as my QB 5 or 6 because of injury risk. And I got so much hate. But now you see, like, it's real. It's a reality, man.
That's true.
He's a 5'9", 5'10" quarterback. He's a second baseman.
Right.
He's a second baseman playing quarterback. And it's no hate. It's no shade. That's just what it is. You know what? I'm 2-7 in a lot of leagues, Trilly, so I'm with you there, brother. Mr. Sarcastic, been a minute since we got you two together. We was here last week, and we actually had the VP, Kyle, with us, the big dog. on the D line as a nose tackle, Mr. Sarcastic. But yeah, it's been a while since it's been the two of us. Thank you for being a loyal guy, man. You come in every week and you do every show, bro. I seen you do a lot of our competitor shows too, and I ain't mad at it, bro. You got to get your competitive advantage everywhere you can get.
That's right.
But you know what? If I seen you on their show, that means I was there too. So I ain't gonna say nothing. Should we worry about Najee Harris with Rudolph? You're a Najee owner in the Vegas League. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm not worried about him at all. Matter of fact, he's still going to get the carries. He's still going to get the dump offs. He might even get a little bit more. So, you know, I'm actually a little bit more thinking that I don't really like Rudolph, but I think we might get a little bit more things opened up with his arm rather than Ben's. So,
well, yeah, I agree, because Ben hasn't been like lights out either. He's been average, middle of the road. And then the thing about Harris is it's all about volume, because he's not killing it in the yards per carry or yards per touch game. It's the volume that makes him valuable. The volume shouldn't change. If anything, the volume might go up because they don't want Mason Rudolph throwing the ball. Personally, stash 2, Jeff Wilson, Ramondre, Eno Benjamin. I have Damian Harris, Gaskins, and Fournette. So Eno, Stevenson, and Wilson. Man. I like Wilson, personally.
I've always liked Eno. I've been talking about Eno for a couple of years now, man. And I think he's starting to get his just due. But, you know, it's still a little bit difficult. I don't see Connor going down. That's the only thing. He's looking pretty strong, looking pretty healthy. But if he does, that's a lot of carries from my man Eno in a high-volume offense where they're just scoring. That's what I love about – I was looking at Connor now, even more than Chase Edmonds. If they get within that 5-yard mark to the end zone –
all day,
he's getting the ball.
They got to protect Kyler. They can't let him.
That means it's going to Eno, and Eno has actually proved that he can do the same thing, that he can punch the ball in. So
yeah. I maybe I might lean Eno because Connor's never finished a full season, and as a Steeler fan, I'll tell you, man, he's a talented guy, cancer survivor. I tip my hat to him. He's living the life that I could only dream of, but that guy does not stay upright long. And it's only, I don't want to say it's only a matter of time, but Eno might be the starter sooner than you think, man. Because it just happens, man. He's just one of those guys that just always. Chris Carson's another one. Dalvin Cook's another one. These guys tend to miss 3-4 games, and you know, with Edmonds being on the IR, it could be Eno's backfield. But you're gambling and you're waiting on injury. You know, you're banking on injury with Eno. PPR. What did he ask? Oh yeah. Oh, PPR. I might take Wilson and Benjamin personally. Went that one. Jaguar. I just traded off Mike Evans for D Hop because Evans was too boomer bust for me. Can't trust him going into the playoffs. I'm confident hamstring and strength of schedule after bye. Was I dumb? You're not dumb. Nobody's dumb. You got to do what you feel, and experts, enthusiasts, even people like us who are just giving you a second opinion and are fantasy players ourselves. No one knows, you know, no one gets all of them right. I'd like Evans better than Hopkins because hamstrings don't just go away.
Yeah.
As you've seen with Julio.
Yeah, I'm just looking like you traded a pair of black socks for a pair of blue socks.
Yeah,
they're both kind of boom or bust. You know?
You never trade for injured players. That's my philosophy. Unless you got it like that and you can stash him and wait for him to get healthy. Like I needed help at RB2 in the Vegas League. I traded for Chris Carson and put him in my IR slot, you know, and I didn't give up a whole lot for him. I think I gave up like Chuba Hubbard, and McCaffrey was coming back a game later, and I think I gave up Michael Carter. But I got Chris Carson, you know. Man, start 3, A.J. Brown. They're coming, bro. 9 o'clock might be the prime real estate. We might have
to change the time.
Yeah, we might not have to talk. We might not get to talk about the games.
No.
Start 3: A.J. Brown, Pittman, Mike Evans, Mike Williams, and Keenan Allen. Got to start
I'm
A.J.
possibly
Brown, right?
going. Yeah, Brown, Pittman, and I got Mike Williams, but I'm looking at Keenan Allen. I think he's got the safer floor.
Yep.
You know, yeah.
I'm in the same boat. Thank you for joining us, Devin. King Marcelo, hey, I need some advice. Who better flex PPR? Michael Carter versus the Bills, Devontae Smith at the Broncos, Ayuk at the Rams, Hawkinson at Pittsburgh, Javonte at the Eagles.
Okay.
How many do you need? See. Any would start other than the receivers at Deontay. Okay. Shoot, man, that's a tough one. I like Javonte Williams, man. I mean, I feel like Denver is going to give him and Gordon are both going to get 15 touches. As a running back, that's like the bare minimum you can ask for.
Yeah.
The Eagles defense doesn't frighten me. I don't know how you feel.
Yeah, I definitely, and I hate to say it because you never know. Things might go differently, but I don't see Michael Carter doing that much against the Bills defense.
Not against that Bills.
Bills specialize against that run. So, you know, that's a tough one.
Ayuk is a tough one. Hawkinson could be a nice start, but you're probably starting him as your tight end, right? We'll have to get more information out of you. Derek Carr or Hurts. Carr versus the Chiefs, but no Ruggs. But he still got Waller, Edwards, and Renfro. Hurts has running a capability. Who does Philly play this week?
They play Denver.
Damn, bro, we got 32 in the chat.
Wow. All right.
I know you can't see it from your end. Jeez, I guess we just answering questions. It's lightning round. Hey, I'm with it. I'm glad that I'd rather have 32 than 0 or 32 than 3 or 2.
That's right.
Thank you guys for joining us. Please like, subscribe, hit that follow button. It means a whole lot to us at the network. My phone is in the other room charging because I'm going out after this. Your boy 7 is celebrating a birthday, so I had to come in an hour early for you guys. But look like this might be the golden time slot. Let me check out Philly real quick. Philly at Denver. Denver's defense is pretty good. I don't know if they can do what they did to Dallas again, but they're pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll lean Carr. They're in Las Vegas. He always plays good against them at home.
Yeah, that's right. He does play good against Kansas City. Everybody plays good against Kansas City, except for Jordan Love.
Yeah,
that's another story.
Right. Man, that's a killer lineup, man. You got 2 top 5 receivers, and 3 top 12. So you got 3 wide receiver ones. Biscuit King. What's the app? Oh, was that me? Did I scroll up? Yeah, I did. My bad.
Yeah, I just scrolled up too.
Okay. I don't know why it does this, but okay, there it is. Perfect. It pulls up all the previous messages that I've typed, so I can't see everything. Okay. 32 in the chat, but 1 like. Hit the like, people. I really appreciate it, man. Please hit that like button, man. That algorithm, it helps us grow so much more, man. We appreciate it. Let's get into some of these games real quick while we have a stoppage.
Let's do it.
Okay. So we're probably not starting any Jets this week unless you have to. You're probably maybe starting Elijah Moore or Carter. Bills, you're obviously firing up Diggs and Allen. Moss might be a concussion protocol, so maybe Singletary is a decent play.
Possibly.
Right.
I've been hearing the chatter about them having to do something with the run other than just leaning on Josh Allen. So
right.
Let's see if they try to make good on it this week.
How do you feel about Jags at Colts? We've already talked about possible injuries with Robinson and Trevor. How do you feel about anyone else? Are you off the Chenault train?
Yeah, I am. I've actually started Agnew in a couple of leagues
Oof.
this week.
Yeah.
See what he does. Other than that, I'm just looking at the Colts offense. That's not really looking at anybody else on the Jags,
Right.
man. But JT, looking at him to have a pretty good game. Pittman as well. So
Yeah. Sneaky play. Carson Wentz is a top 12 QB
he
right now.
is. He
It's not
is.
pretty, but hey, top 12 is top 12. If you're in a 12-man league,
And
you
I'm
know.
having quandary of, do I go ahead and start Russell Wilson first game back or stay
Yeah.
with Carson Wentz? I think I'm going to go with my man Wentz. And
Yeah.
just,
One more. Well, versus Jacksonville, that might be a good move.
Exactly.
Obviously, we're starting JT and Pittman, and if you're desperate at tight end, Mo Alley Cox.
There it is.
Okay. Let's move on to Cleveland at New England. Who you like? Who you taking? No Hunt, no Chubb, so fire up Ernest.
Fire my man Ernest.
Yeah.
Ernest.
I like Landry as a sneaky play. As a sneaky flex play.
Yeah.
If you know the hoodie, one thing he does is he specializes at taking away what you're great at. The Browns are great at the run.
Right.
So there's no Odell. I think Landry could be a nice, might be in line for like 6-7 receptions for 70, 80 yards and maybe a biscuit.
The one thing I'm a little bit leery about, because I thought about even starting Donovan Peoples-Jones, but I think after the game last week, Baker Mayfield is one who lets his head gets kind of big. And Bill Belichick is one of those guys that seeks to take away that one player, and sometimes it's trying to take away that quarterback. And
Right.
This could be a bad game for Baker Mayfield. Because if you look at it, honestly, I'm looking at it as a must-win for both. Cleveland's trying to win just to keep pace in the AFC North. And I think the Patriots are trying to put a stamp like, hey, we're back. If we win this game, we're back. We're talking about at least getting somewhere in the midpoint of the playoffs. So, I think Belichick's going to put out all the stops to kind of shut down this Cleveland offense this week. So we'll see.
Mr. Sarcastic. He said, I only watch the competitors' lives when you guys are on their lives. I love it, man. I was definitely giving you a hard time, dude. Obviously, I like to think of myself as the Michael Strahan of fantasy football, where you can catch me at that other network that I won't say on this network, but then you can also catch me here on two different shows. I got to get it on NBC, on Good Morning America, but then you can catch me with Howie and Terry on Fox in the morning. I guess closed mouth don't get fed, Mr. Sarcastic.
That's right.
We only feed, and then you can catch me on the media app as well. All right.
There you go. That's right.
How are you feeling about OBJ?
That's all.
Dude, I like OBJ, especially now that Woods is gone.
Hell yeah. Yes.
I mean, that's 5 to 6 targets, quality targets. Because, not all targets are the same. You know what I mean? So I like it. I like it a lot. We'll see what happens. He probably won't play this week, but probably next week.
Right.
Are they going to roll down? They're not going to roll him out this week, are they?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah. I would give them next week. Rams still haven't had their bye, so that's just one thing to keep in mind.
That's true.
I don't know who the starting running back for the Patriots is this week.
I don't know if it's Taylor. I don't know who it is. Stevenson supposedly still
Bolden?
kind of questionable. Yeah.
Harris looks good when he's healthy, so I don't know who they're gonna roll out.
Right.
I've been thinking about Jacoby Myers. I've been thinking about him because I'm desperate due to injury and bye week. I've been thinking about plugging him in as my wide receiver too. He usually gets 7 to 8 targets and usually has 4 to 5 receptions as a floor.
Right.
He's not one to score touchdowns, and I know that. But going in half PPR, maybe I can get scrounge up 8-10 points. I'll take that.
Yeah.
With Murray
down, might be a decent play this week too.
Who?
Hunter Henry. He might be a decent play this week.
Oh yeah, tight end 8, man.
Yeah.
With Murray down and Burrow on bye, I need a stream quarterback. I think I may buy into Mike White hype just for the week. Not against Buffalo, you not.
Yeah, that's the wrong time to buy in on the Mike White.
Yeah. After Buffalo just lost a trap game to the Jags, you know they're gonna come out. He could be good in garbage time. That's the only place. I almost did it last week, and I'm glad I didn't because he got knocked out of the game, and Josh Johnson came in and did his thing. Zach Wilson a fraud already? I know he's a rookie, but why is that offense look so much fluid and so much better with anyone not named Zach?
Exactly. I thought so from the beginning, man. Anytime you hear the words arm talent, be careful.
Right.
When they're looking at just the arm and not looking at what's up here, there's always an issue.
Yeah. Russ and Lockett both going to have a big week. Possibly.
I'm hoping so, man. I'm hoping DK has a little bit more.
What's going on, Slushy? I ain't seen you in a while, man. Glad to have you back. He's super fraudulent for sure. The only quarterback from BYU I trust is Steve Young. All right.
There you go. That's right.
Panthers at the Cardinals. This is an intriguing game to me, man. Because if Kyler doesn't play, PJ's starting, but I don't know what he's going to give us. Is he just a preseason warrior? I think this game is going to be a lot closer than you think. And what's the name? Gilmore looks healthy and looks scary, dude.
Man, I'll tell you what. I like both defenses, but the only thing is Colt McCoy was able to run that offense like it just didn't even skip a beat. That was the whole thing. Yep. PJ Walker looks like somebody just threw a bunch of wrenches up in there and got caught up in the cogs, mm-hmm. But it was already like that with Sam Darnold. It's nothing but the defense has been saving Carolina lately. So the defense is the kicking game. So, we'll see what happens. Hopefully PJ Walker can do something, get the ball, to DJ Moore a little bit. And then with CMC being back, there's always a chance. There's always a chance. But.
True. Very true. Speedy recovery to Bobby Trees, man. That sucks to hear about it. I have Van Jefferson on my bench. I mean, I don't know if Van Jefferson's role increases, maybe obviously this week, but moving forward, do they just slide Woods into that? Or does Jefferson become Woods and does OBJ become Jefferson? That's something to monitor.
Exactly.
What's going on, Rob Don? He says full. We'll wait for the rest of that. Maybe full PPR.
I was like, is that FULL or FOOL?
Should I start Ingram or Javonte? Saints at Tennessee. And then you got Denver. I just saw who Denver was playing. Philly.
Yeah. I mean, Mark Ingram's going to be the only one eating, but.
Is Taysom Hill there? Is he starting or is Trevor Siemian?
Trevor Siemian's starting this week.
That's a really good one, man.
It's just which defense from Tennessee is going to show up. Is it going to be that one?
That's right, right?
The Rams? Yeah. Or is that going to be the one that was showing up earlier at the beginning of the season?
The thing about Javonte is he's going to get like 12 to 15 touches.
Right.
But you figure Ingram should as well. But I like 12 to 15 versus Philly than I like 18 versus Tennessee. I'm leaning Javonte, man. He's a lot more explosive. I know Gordon is getting all the goal line work. That's a really tough one, man. I might just flip a coin on that one. But I slightly lean Javonte. But that's a good problem to have. I think they're both going to be like in that 12 points to 18 points range. It's just almost like you're betting on who can get into the end zone. Rob Don, PPR, Brandon Bolden, Benjamin, or Mike Davis. I don't know who's starting. I don't know the lineup. That's the one thing about having this night show. You guys get your questions answered, but we don't know who's starting and sitting right now. If Bolden is the only running back, then you got to go Bolden.
I don't even know why we put Mike Davis in that.
Yeah. You know what's funny? You had Mike Davis. You cut him. I played him. He gave me 10 one week and then gave me 2 like back-to-back
Exactly.
weeks. That dirty bird, Mike Davis. I'll say Benjamin. If Bolden is not the starter, if Harris and Stevenson sit, then Bolden because he's the starter. Yeah. But if not, then I would lean Benjamin because at least he's gonna give Carter a rest and probably should be in line for 8 to 10 touches.
True.
Agnew, probably the Pittsburgh rookie, right?
Yeah, if I like Freiermuth, man.
Dude, yeah, I feel like you have to. He's got the hot hand, even with Mason. Sushi Lover, I gotta go, but I'll be here tomorrow. Man, we appreciate you, man. Check out Sloppy Sundays with my brother Ben from Fantasy Shot Callers. You guys, please hit that like button, comment button, subscribe. We really appreciate it. Saints at Titans, starting Mark Ingram, and that's it. If you're starting him. On the other end, outside of AJ Green, Julio, behind is on IR. He's not sorry, but I got into a debate online, and I said don't draft Julio, and I drafted him in 2 out of 3 of my leagues after I felt like I won that debate, and now I'm proving my point why you shouldn't have drafted him this year. Probably not starting Tannehill unless you're desperate, and I think that's it. Maybe AP if you're desperate.
I'm desperate because I got AP in my lineup, especially after he scored a touchdown. I'm like, who walks off the street and still scores a touchdown, man? I was so upset. Not upset. I was just upset because I didn't play him.
Right.
And I forgot who it was that I actually played that did worse than him. So, yes.
How you feel about Darrell Williams versus Las Vegas? Ayuk versus the Rams, I believe.
The Rams.
I like Williams personally.
Yeah. Definitely going to get the carries and the receptions as well. So this PPR, definitely going with Williams.
Yeah, and I don't think CEH is playing this week, personally. What do you think about Denver Broncos defense this week? Defense versus Philly. You know what? I like him for 3 quarters. Jalen Hurts, man, he's the garbage king. If I'm the biscuit king, Jalen, fourth quarter, dude, when the game is out of hand, he will get your fantasy team like 14, 15 points for absolutely no reason. He'll have
that's
2
true.
rushing touchdowns, 50 yards rushing, and like 60 yards passing, and like a reception. I'm like, what?
That's true.
Yeah, Hurts is scary, man. I like Denver, but they seem to be playing better without Von Miller.
They do.
Right?
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
I think this is a trap game. Detroit at Pittsburgh. I feel like Pittsburgh could lose this game.
Don't say that.
I really do. In my heart of hearts, they probably, without the refs' help, they probably should have lost to Chicago.
Yeah.
That Tomlin always plays down to his opponent's ability and then squeaks out the victory. A W is a W, but like the Lions, with no Ben, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if Detroit does it.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh the team to lose to Detroit and then win like 4 in a row and make you forget about they lost to Detroit.
This is how bad my quarterback stable is in a 2-quarterback league. I got Matt Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Then it just falls off the cliff. I got Roethlisberger, who is now out.
Mm-hmm.
Tyrod Taylor, who's on a bye.
Ugh.
And guess who else I got?
Jared Goff.
Jared freaking Goff. So
Teddy
I have
Bridgewater
to actually start him because I have no other option.
You don't have Derek Carr available?
No.
Jeez. You might have to trade for a quarterback, man.
Man.
A lot of trade deadlines have already passed.
I'm like the Yankees in my league. Nobody's trying to trade me. Nobody. Like we are not giving you anybody. We're gonna watch you suffer with Jared Goff. So I'm in trouble.
What's up, Jay? We got 1 RB: Kenyon Drake, Stevenson, or McKissick. And you know what? Tampa Bay coming off a bye could put a spanking on Washington, and it could be the McKissick show, a lot of safety dump off, garbage time. McKissick could be the running back version of Jalen Hurts, man. I could see him having like 6, 7 receptions for 40, 50 yards and maybe like 20 yards rushing. If you're in a full PPR, I may lean McKissick. How you feel?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I would probably look in the morning and see what the status is on Antonio Gibson after that bye. They were saying that he, may be able to, might have been able to become at least closer to 100%. But I think something is definitely wrong with that dude. He's always got lower leg injuries, so McKissick could benefit once again, man. So I'd go with that. I'd go with that. Really don't trust the Raiders, man. I don't know what's going to happen with Kenyon Drake. Stevenson, you just don't know, man. McKissick is going to get some targets. So,
New Life says Van Jefferson or Russell Gage, half PPR. Gage did okay last week. I think he had 8 targets. He's someone who I'm considering playing this week in a desperate spot. Just didn't get into the end zone. Had a lot of like deep throws that just didn't quite connect. But 8 targets. I like that. Atlanta plays Dallas. It's a stingy defense, though.
Yeah. And after what they did last week, I think they kind of want to make a statement.
Right.
Dallas's defense. Van Jefferson is just against the Niners. Their secondary is not good. So, that's
with no Odell, no Robert Woods. No Robert Woods and no Odell yet. Van Jefferson's probably a safe bet. He's probably a lock for 6 to 7 quality targets.
Right.
Goff is trash. You have a better chance with Mike White against the Bills.
You're right about that. I would take Mike White against the Bills rather than Jared Goff against the Steelers. I almost considered just leaving a blank space. I'd rather roll the 0 than negative. But you never know.
Benjamin, question mark. I think you just got to have realistic expectations. Guys like nice quality, replacement, change of pace back. We'll probably see a total of 10 to 12 touches. Will be really valuable should Connor go down, which is a possibility because through the last, 3 years, Connor's missed 3 to 4 games a year. So it's a possibility. So I'm not mad at him. I definitely think he's worth rostering. If you need him, if you need a flex, maybe you have to start him. Not mad at it, but I'm not chasing it either.
Right.
With Pittsburgh, I think we only trust the rookie Pittsburgh P and DJ. I think Claypool's a scratch already. And you're probably only starting Hawkinson unless you're in your median, you're in a 2-quarterback league where you don't.
Exactly.
And it's Swift, obviously Swift.
Right.
Tampa Bay at Washington. Fire up Godwin if he plays, and Edwin, Evans, Leonard, Brady, no-brainers. AB's out. I think they're going to rest Gronk even though he's eligible to come back. On the other end, you got to play Gibson if you got him on your roster. That Tampa Bay defense is going to have realistic expectations versus Tampa with Gibson. Scary Terry, you got to start him. I think that's it.
It's pretty much.
That's pretty cut and dry. There's no-brainer on that one. How do you feel about Atlanta at Dallas?
Honestly, it looks like Atlanta's offense is starting to they found something. I actually tweeted somebody else's another question. Somebody's asking Mac Jones or Matt Ryan.
Did I not see that?
Pickup, man. I'm looking at Matt Ryan. I'm like, you got just that.
Oh, I missed that. My bad.
Veteran presence, man. I like Mac Jones. He's kind of a solid guy, but
Matt
Ryan kind of surprised me last week, man. I actually sat him last week and was kicking myself. So I'm not going to make that mistake again. I know Dallas's defense is much improved. but I know Matt Ryan's going to throw that ball, man. And, now he's starting to spread things out between CPAT, Pitts, Gage, even Tajay Sharp. I'm like, he is starting to, Zacchaeus. So he's starting to find guys to get that ball to, man. So, their run game isn't the best, but I think they scare people because they don't know what they're going to do with Patterson, if he's going to be more of a running back or more of a receiver. So I think he's going to keep their defense, Dallas defense on their toes.
I like it. Vikings. No. Sorry. Atlanta at Dallas. Gage if you're desperate. Pitts and Patterson, and Matt Ryan's not a bad play.
Yeah.
And on the other end, I think it's almost a no-brainer. I mean, if he's healthy, you got to play CD, Coop, Zeke.
Yeah.
What's my man's name? Schultz.
Yep. Yeah.
Schultz and Dak. I mean, that's pretty cut and dry. Vikings.
Yeah, offense should look a lot better this week than it did last week.
Yeah, hopefully, man. I mean, Zeke hasn't really lived up to the billing.
Yeah.
He is a top 10 running back, and I draft him in our league, I think 8. So I'm getting return on investment, but I feel like he could be performing better than what he's doing.
Right.
What do you guys think about Ernest Johnson against the Pats D? Flex?
Yeah, I think the dude's going to run hard. That's what the Browns do. They run. So,
yep. Zone blocking.
I think, Belichick's going to let them probably get some runs off, but he's going to try to shut down that passing game.
Yeah. Sorry. I woke up at 6:50 with my daughter, and now I'm about to go hit up a nightclub in like 40 minutes. Man.
You got to get some coffee or something.
Yeah, I got a 5-hour energy waiting for me downstairs, a little B12.
There you go.
Minnesota at LA Chargers.
Man.
Any sneaky
Has this been
plays?
a crazy year? Let me just say that, man. This year has been crazy between now all of a sudden these COVID spikes and just off the field issues. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So with the Vikings, I think they said Cook is playing, but I just don't know what his mental state is. I'm trying to think, man. I'm thinking, both Thielen and Jefferson should be all right. I'm actually leaning a little bit more Thielen. So, man, you're an expert on Thielen, man. What you think?
Yeah, I said last week, Chubb was going to eat because he was healthy, and I said Justin Jefferson was going to eat. Justin Jefferson ate, and Chubb ate. This week, Asante Samuel Jr. is going to shadow one of these guys, and he's going to make them earn everything. I think they both have decent days at the office. I do think Dalvin Cook takes advantage of that soft Chargers defense. Mm-hmm. Chargers run as number 32 out of 32 teams. I don't know if you knew that.
No.
Number 32 out of 32.
Wow.
So if Cook was to explode, this is the game, and I think it's going to be a heavy. I think with them possibly not knowing what his future looks like, I could see him having like 25, 30 touches, him having like a Derrick Henry-esque game, and going, for 160 and 2 biscuits,
right.
easily, versus that Chargers front seven. On the opposite end, Mike Williams is starting to decline.
Yep.
Keenan Allen is banged up with, I think, a knee contusion, but should play. But that's something to monitor. Herbert, if you got him, you're starting him. Eckler, if you got him, you're starting him. Jared Cook, if you're desperate, play him. What's up, Blue Crew? Half PPR, pick 2, Swift, Ingram, D'Ernest, James Robinson. I think you got to start Swift no matter what.
Yeah.
He's a top 5, top 6 RB right now, I think, in both half PPR and full PPR.
It's a tough one.
I think you got to go D'Ernest, right? Because I think I like that run scheme and I like that offense better
right.
than that New Orleans.
He's healthy. He's fully
He's
healthy.
healthy.
Robinson,
Yeah.
a little bit banged up.
Robinson's
So
not healthy.
yeah.
And Trevor Lawrence isn't quite healthy either. I think James Robinson is better running back than Ingram and Johnson.
Definitely.
But I think right now, because of health and just you really can't bet against that zone run scheme. So I think you go Swift and Johnson. That's where I'm leaning towards Swift and Johnson. If you want a second opinion.
Yeah, I'd ride that too.
Yeah. Okay, so we got 3 more games. We got Philly at Denver.
Oh man.
Who's the running back in Philly?
Jordan Howard. Actually, that's what I'm looking at. I don't know where this dude. They dug him up. I don't know what they fed him.
Ossified him. Hey, they did that Han Solo Star Wars.
Yeah, they sure did.
They thawed his ass. Jordan Howard brought his ass up out of the pit, thawed his ass. Bruh.
And now he's running. I just picked him up in the league. In the league where I lost Derrick Henry, I was able to get this dude, and I'm going to see what happens, man.
Yeah.
I was trying to hold off. I was wondering what they're going to do, if it's going to be Kenneth Gainwell. But then when they activated this dude, I was like, oh, no. That's the only thing I don't like about the Eagles. You never know exactly who you're going to get out of Boston Scott, Gainwell. But now they're showing that they are committing more to Howard, man. So,
should they not change coaching staff, be wary of the Eagles running backfield because they're loyal to nobody. That's one thing. That's one thing you should be taking like a mental note now for next year's draft. Yeah. Like Miles Sanders is sitting there in the 5th round, and you're like, ooh, and it's like, hey, these coaches ain't loyal. I think Chris Brown. That's a remix with me and Chris Brown.
That's true.
And then we got So you may be starting Smith at a flex. Flex play. You're starting Jalen Hurts if you at your quarterback.
Got it.
And you're probably starting Jordan Howard at a flex position, at least RB2, until he proves you otherwise.
Right.
On the other end, you're probably starting Gordon and Williams. To be honest with you, how do you feel about these receivers, these Denver receivers?
Again, man, it's a toss up. It's like whoever Teddy is. 1 week is
and now
Sunday,
Fant's back.
Yeah, 1 week is Patrick. I'm just like, God dang, man.
Yeah.
Now Judy's back, so you just don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football. No, sorry, Sunday Night Football. No. So what's Monday night? Okay, so KC at Las Vegas.
Man, this is a must-win for Kansas City, boy.
For both, I think.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty much for both. Just like you were saying earlier, I can see Derek Carr having a really, really strong game between him, Waller, Renfro, and I'm trying to see if Deshaun Jackson is playing. Because he might be a sleeper this week. Nobody's really talking about him, but he fits so perfectly.
With that deep ball with Carr. Yep.
Yes. Yeah. So, and against a perfect defense to actually go against this week. Which
true. That secondary is really bad.
Exactly.
Jay, I like Cardinals versus P.J. Walker having his first start, personally. I don't know if Chandler Jones is 100% healthy, but I kind of I feel like less threatened by the Panthers. For some reason, 49ers always play really good against the Rams. I guess it's just a divisional thing. Maybe you can chalk it up as a divisional thing. But they usually play pretty good. They're in Santa Clara. Kittle's back healthy. Wilson's healthy. I think this is going to be I think Rams should win this game, but I think it could be closer. Monitor the weather to see if it's possible rain, because I live in Northern California, so it's really, really ugly out right now. I just left that UC Davis game where you couldn't see the fans, and that like everything was a fair catch. Every kickoff was a fair catch.
Oh man, because of the
you could barely see the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So that could play a factor in the low scoring game.
Right.
That's the only reason why I would consider Rams, but I lean Cardinals. I don't trust any Las Vegas running back. Obviously, if you have Waller, you're playing him. And that's about it. But maybe Hunter Renfrow, he offers us some nice flex appeal.
Yeah.
On the other side, obviously Kelsey Hill. Maybe if you need him, you're starting D-Will, and obviously you're starting Pat. I don't know. Do you believe in the too high safety thing that they're talking about with Pat? That is it's like arm arrogance where he's just trying to overcompensate instead of taking everything underneath. You just put too high safeties, and their offense looks completely different.
It does, and and I think that's what it is they, teams have really figured out that they have just really no real running game right now.
Yeah.
They have a running back that just is really just another receiver. So they're like, you can take all this short stuff, you're just not beating us down. I think there's something to that, man.
Right.
And
right.
still haven't proven otherwise. So, and then it's weird too. I don't know what it is because it seems like this whole thing has affected Kelsey as well. Because I don't know what it is, but
he's not. He refuses to throw it underneath, and that's Kelsey's right there, like 7, 8, 10 yards, right in the middle, and it's like, nah, I'm gonna throw double coverage, triple coverage to Tyreek. Right. Tyreek's number 1 in the AFC in targets, and he's not a possession receiver.
It seems like they have no other. I thought, maybe they would try to go after OBJ because clearly, it's not Pringle, it's not
Robinson or Gordon.
It's so I'm just like,
yeah,
who is that second receiver on this team? Because they don't have one. It's bad.
Tom Brady has made a living and played over 2 decades in the NFL by taking what the defense gives him, and that's something that even if you can make every throw and you have the arm strength and you have the accuracy, sometimes you just got to take what the defense gives you. Right. Monday Night Football, Los Angeles Rams at the San Francisco 49ers. You're starting Kittle if you have him. You're starting Debo without a doubt.
Yeah.
If you're desperate, maybe Ayuk at a flex.
Yeah. I don't know about Mitchell, man. I really – San Francisco is another one of those teams where you just either their running backs are so brittle that, you're going to be dependent on somebody. He ends up getting hurt. Now you're looking at a JaMychal Hasty or somebody else that you weren't even expecting. Now he's the one carrying the ball. But I'll tell you what, the Rams defense, looking at that question earlier, they're not scaring anybody. I mean, even that's why they keep having to go out to get Von Miller and everybody else because something is still missing from that defense. So I continue to roll out guys against them because they're not shutting down anybody right now.
I hear you. Rams were let me get to Trilly's question. Hunt and Pittman for Kamara and Davis. I guess you take Kamara. So, what is Hunt's timetable?
Yeah, that's the thing.
What's the timetable on Hunt?
You're clearly winning on.
You said you were 2-7. He said he was 2-5 or 2-6. So you need a healthy. Well, shoot, I probably take Hunt and Pittman because Pittman at least is healthy right now.
Yeah.
And he's better than Corey Davis. He's performing better. Yeah, 2-7. I think you take the best healthy player available, which is Pittman, and Hunt should be back in probably a week or two to hopefully you can make a playoff run. Because realistically, you're probably not going to start Corey Davis, and you have 2 starters in Hunt and Pittman personally. Hunt due back. So yeah, this is week 10. So just thug it out, man. You got thank you, Jay. You got Pittman. Just roll with it, man. That's because Kamara, you're not gonna have Kamara this week. You're not guaranteed to have him next week. And then you got Corey Davis, who I think is questionable. Probably plays, but he's questionable. And I think we know if you're probably starting Higbee.
Yeah.
Top 12.
Yeah.
Obviously Cooper Kupp. Van Jefferson, I think, is a flex play.
I think Van Jefferson,
and obviously Stafford and Hendo. I mean, that's it, man. That's the docket. You guys got any last minute questions for us, man, before we head out? If you guys could just take 4 seconds to hit that like button, we'd greatly, greatly appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Subscribe, like, comment. I am 7 o'clock on Instagram. This is my brother Jeff Clark, aka Media, on Instagram. Follow the Fantasy Football Network on IG as well as YouTube. We have so many shows. We have shows with cooking different meals while talking about fantasy football, like cooking tailgate foods. We just got a DFS guy. Shout out to Oceanside. Shout out to Jada Plug. We got actual NFL player interviews as well as retired. Yeah, we got Media's doppelganger, Marcus Allen. There's an interview with him. There's one with Darren Waller, and
we gotta get it side by side.
Cool, man. I don't see any questions going up, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Good luck to you, sir. I don't know who you play in the Vegas League. I don't know who I play in the Vegas League. It's just been that kind of week.
It's been crazy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Good luck to you guys. Hopefully we see you next week. And we might even see you guys at 9 o'clock instead of 10 o'clock, to be honest with you. May the fantasy gods be in your favor tomorrow. Same to you, Mr. Sarcastic.
I'm hoping so.
Take care, Jay. Hey, I'm so sincere. We appreciate you guys rocking with us. We really do.
We sure do.
We might see you next week at 9 o'clock.
All right.
With this type of volume, and also old man media can get to bed a little bit earlier.
Yeah,
too.
Thank you. Yes. Some of us need to hit the bed before 11.
All right, man. Take care, everyone. Peace.
All right, peace, y'all.